Do we think we need a state of the game infrastructure focus? I would love that. Speaking of which, that actually brings us to our segment today, guys, of shit to talk about. Since we're on the topic of engines, from Destiny Bulletin yesterday, Bungie, an unannounced PvP game, may use Unreal Engine for its development. Now that's a big deal. Because Bungie has been married up to their Tiger engine now for like 3 decades, something like that. All right, Bungie's new PvP game, potentially powered by Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine hinted at for Bungie's upcoming title. And I'm assuming this is in regards to Matter, but we'll see. We'll see. Bungie, the developer, known for creating blockbuster titles like Halo and Destiny series, is reportedly working on a new PvP game that could potentially be powered by Epic's Unreal Engine. This is according to the LinkedIn profile of a former creative director, Robert England, and several job listings the company put out in recent years that also seem to suggest development in Unreal Engine. Now, according to England's LinkedIn profile description, it looks like the incubation team at Bungie built prototypes for its new IP in Unity to support early gameplay investigations, but then switched to Unreal Engine as their team grew. I led the efforts to build a more substantial prototype in Unreal, the description reads. Additionally, we have found several job listings for a new PvP game currently in the incubation phase, which mentions the requirement of experience with Unreal Engine as a key skill for prospective candidates. All right, so look, we got here, right, game design at Bellevue. So right there at Bungie, responsibilities, concepts, design, rapid prototype, new map layout, level design, ideas in engine, contribute to and uphold creative vision of the game, ensuring consistency across all aspects of the game design, modeling environment geometry from simple mass out to final layout state, conduct playtests autonomously to drive feedback and suggestions to iterate on your work. Now, required skills involve embrace a we culture in addition to being an outstanding collaborator and communicator, experience building and iterating upon a multiplayer level for a PvP game, basic understanding of light, value, composition, color, staging, and detail and environment design, excellent sense of scale and spatial awareness, knowledge of Photoshop, Maya, Max, and other 2D and 3D application, and experience, there it is, experience in Unreal Engine. Okay, yeah, I can see where they're drawing the conclusion that the next game could be on Unreal. I just wonder if the Tiger engine uses a similar architecture to Unreal. All right, so moving on. The job listing for level designer and environmental artist mentions that the candidate must have experience on Unreal Engine. Furthermore, almost every incubation job listing that's currently published on Bungie's career website mentions some sort of experience requirement with development and networking in Unreal Engine. Now, is Bungie considering Unreal Engine for its PvP game? Bungie has a history of developing games using its in-house game engine called the Tiger Engine, which is used in the development of Destiny. For those unaware, Tiger Engine is a heavily modified version of the Blam engine, which powered the older Halo games. That's how long this engine has been around, guys. While no official announcement has been made by Bungie regarding the use of Unreal Engine in its upcoming PvP games, the job listings serve as a strong indication of its potential plans. Now, here's the thing though. I would just just from Bungie. What if they came out and said, listen, no other game engine could handle Destiny. We have to use the Tiger engine. My question to you, some of you, and I know we have some game devs in here, could Unreal Engine handle Destiny 2? So Diesel actually sent me this yesterday. On Record is a single player FPS that tells the story of a tactical police officer from the perspective of his body camera. As you work to solve a complex case, you'll need to use your tactical and detective skills to succeed. All right, so this is Unreal Engine. This looks like real life, by the way. There's some controversy on this being legit or not. All right, let's just watch it real quick, okay? Supposedly, this is real gameplay.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Okay, I do want to say this. First, yes, the game looks extremely realistic. Like, it makes me wonder, like, what the future is going to be like, just in general. But all the like the little motion blurs and stuff like that, I hope we can remove that. Again, that's some like but realism, right? As if we have real life motion blur, but I guess we can only perceive so much at once. Here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of like the camera shake, and I guess for like some games, that a level of immersion would be good. Like for like a scary game, that would be fantastic. Like a horror game, that'd be fantastic. I guess the point being, what a lot of people are saying with this trailer is like, this is the potential of Unreal Engine. What is it, Unreal Engine 5, guys? So Cobra just sent this to me. He said, go watch 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Were skeptical about this game and didn't believe that the video was real, rather a pre-rendered sequence, or in fact a real video that's been filtered or doctored in some way. And so to prove it, the lead developer posted a new video showing the game running in the Unreal Engine editor. He flies a free camera around the environment to begin, and then he hits play and drops into the game, controlling the character, checking the pistol with the same animations, looking around and firing it off in different directions. He then flies to another area from the latest video and does the same thing, again in a different fashion, checks his ammo and goes into free cam again. So it does appear that this is in fact real, and this new video put many doubts to bed, but still a lot of questions remained. So what is Unrecord then? What is this game? Well, as I mentioned, there was a press package that went out, and I'll take you through the key details now. At the moment, you can only wishlist the game on Steam with an unannounced release date, but it is not expected to be released this year. In fact, the developers are still seeking publishers and investors to support the studio. I'm sure that they'll have a lot more interest now. The game is pitched as a tactical first-person shooter where players can expect an immersive and narrative experience featuring complex dialogues, innovative gameplay mechanics, tough moral dilemmas, and a unique shooting system. The storyline can be compared to a detective novel or a thriller. All
right, I love the options here. Who are you? Everything will be fine. Where is Oscar? You will pay.
The player will have to investigate several criminal cases and confront a diverse cast of characters. The game's plot and presentation will be central to the gameplay experience, and players can anticipate a range of gameplay sequences as well as numerous plot twists. In terms of the moment-to-moment gameplay, Unrecord features an original aiming system, and they claim this as a free aiming system with authentic aim down sight and unrestricted hand movements. And having watched the footage several times, this is the biggest question mark for me, because usually in a first-person shooter game, the weapon and hands are in the bottom right, and when you press a button to aim, everything moves to the center of the screen nice and steady, so you can use the sight of the weapon to effectively aim at what's in the middle of your screen. But Unrecord is doing things a bit differently with the shaky movement and animation, so it seems it would be quite difficult to aim precisely at something. However, I am super interested to get hands-on with this and get a feel.
That's the thing. Exactly what we just said. There are many ways, I guess, a game developer can make something more realistic, but at the sacrifice would be, obviously, like first-person shooters are not as realistic as some people may think they may be. They're really not. I mean, the center point at the perfect center point every single time, but that's not what we're asking for. We're still asking to play a game. I will say I don't like the motion blur. That's realistic though. I'm not saying it's not realistic. I'm just saying for a game like Destiny, I don't think I want that. You know what I mean? It may be something Bungie really is looking to move to, which is wild because they've been using their same Tiger engine now for years. And I wonder what's making them finally say, okay, we need to make this move. And is this move going to be something they're going to make for Destiny 2 at any point? Why don't more games use it? I think it's a money thing, because if you use Unreal Engine, you have to cut a certain percentage of all revenue to Unreal. Is that right? Okay, so someone says for the first, and I don't know how accurate it is, for the first 1 million of revenue that you earn, it's yours. Afterwards, it's 5%. Yeah, I mean, for Bungie, I think it's a money thing. You know what I mean? It's like, do they want to cut out 5% of, and I mean, Bungie makes a lot of money. So that can equate to quite a chunk of change. At the same time, they maybe get into a point where it's like, dude, our engine is struggling as is for every game that we make. But I, like Luke just said, now for a game like Destiny 2, I'm sure that a better deal could be worked out with Unreal. There'll never be a Destiny 3. If anything, it would be a Destiny universe or something to that effect. It's not the sequel that we're talking about. I think all of us know that, all of us don't want a complete fresh start. I mean, fellas, do you want another hung jury? You want to farm for another hung jury in a Destiny 3? You want to get Lord of Wolves again? Don't get me wrong. You know, I like that the second go around too, but nobody wants to go through that shit again. What we want is essentially, what I want is to just copy everything in Destiny 2 and migrate it to an engine that can grow with the game. And if that's something that's not in Bungie's scope, or if that's something that Bungie can't do, I would love a state of the game from Bungie in regards to its current issues with error codes, server problems, engine issues. What is the culprit here? What's the blame here? And then what's being done? And then, you know, this may not be something we see until after the final shape, guys. I think the last thing I wanted to look at, guys, let's see what was said here. Also from Destiny Bulletin, Destiny head of Transmedia projects, TV, film, animation, books, Derick Tsai has left Bungie. So from this Game Post article, Derick Tsai, former head of Destiny Universe Transmedia, has left Bungie. Derick Tsai, who joined Bungie in January 2022, overseeing the expansion of Bungie's Destiny IP into other mediums, animation, TV, and film, books, comics, exited the company last month. Although there has not been an official announcement regarding Tsai's departure, his LinkedIn and Twitter profiles indicate that he left the company in March 2023 after a tenure of 1 year and 3 months. Tsai was acting as Senior Development Executive and Head of Destiny Universe Transmedia at Bungie. During his time at the company, Tsai helped develop ideas to expand Destiny into linear mediums, animation, film, and TV, books, and comics, and drive long-term engagement with new and existing fans, per his LinkedIn profile description. Furthermore, Tsai also served on an advisory group to guide unannounced Bungie IPs in an incubation on how to use Transmedia to broaden audience reach. So similar to the Destiny IP, it looks like Bungie is also interested in expanding its new unannounced titles into Transmedia. Bungie currently is working on several unannounced projects, some of which are related to Destiny, others being completely new IPs. Okay, hold on. So, similar to Destiny's IP, it looks like Bungie is also interested in expanding its new unannounced titles into Transmedia. Now, prior to working at Bungie, Tsai directed animated short films set in the League of Legends universe at Riot Games. Mother of God, we were literally just talking about this. In 2021, Bungie announced that it is interested in expanding the Destiny IP into other mediums, including animation, film, TV, and books. Since Bungie's acquisition, fans have been speculating about a potential Destiny animated series. Interestingly, Tsai's LinkedIn profile has linked a Forbes article about a potential Destiny anime, which doesn't exist officially. Now, following Bungie's acquisition deal with Sony in early 2022, Sony CFO Hiroki Totika said Bungie can leverage Sony Picture and Sony Music to turn its franchise into film and TV. Bungie wants to nurture the IP that they have in a multi-dimensional manner, and that's their hope, said Totuki during an earnings call. For that, we believe we can help. We have Sony Pictures and Sony Music, and Bungie can leverage our platform so their IP can flourish and grow big. Make sure to follow our Destiny outlet, Destiny Bulletin, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all things Destiny 2 and Bungie. Destiny Life is now available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Okay.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.